Good afternoon, Miss. We are Group 3 and we're going to talk about ethical use of AI and academic integrity. So now my partner are going to explain.
Okay, in the introduction, I explained how technology and especially artificial intelligence is transforming education and the way we study. Tools like ChatGPT, Grammarly, or Qbot have become part of many students' daily academic routines because they help us work faster, organize your ideas, or translate text more easily. However, this tool also bring a big challenge, how to use the responsibility without losing honesty and respect for our own learning. That's where the idea of academic integrity becomes so important. Academic integrity is not just about no cheating, but about being honest, responsible, and respectful throughout the learning process, giving credit to other works and thinking critically about how many students use AI without really thinking about whether it's ethical or if they are actually learning, and that can hurt the education and the choice other place in the work. That's why this project aims to understand how students are using AI, what motivates than to use it, and how much they are aware of its ethical implications. Okay, then I develop for the general objective. I work it to analyze how the use of artificial intelligence influences student academic behavior, especially in relations to academic integrity. The idea is to understand why students use these tools, in what situation they are the most, and whether they reconcile the ethical and serious involved. Then I developed three specific objectives to make the big idea more concrete and achievable. First, I want to identify to make academic tasks where students use AI the most, such as writing essays, paraphrasing, or translating text, so we can understand where it it is most commonly applied. Second, I am to explore how much students know about academic integrity and where they really understand the rules, the goals, and the consequence of using these tools in the work. And third, I want to describe both the advantages and the potential risks students see is using AI to understand how the balance the convinces and after with the responsibility to produce original honest work. Thank you. Next, my partner.
Okay, here in this slide, you can see the impact of artificial intelligence in higher education and its relationship to academic integrity, according to several articles. For example, the first article by Kerr says that AI can help learning, but we must be careful. If we use it too much, we might forget the importance of human thinking. Students must use AI with honesty and keep strong values. The second article by Sawaki Richter explains that AI is used to predict how students will do, give feedback, and choose tutors. But the article says that there isn't enough research about ethics. So we should make clear rules to stop students from using it in the wrong way. The third article by Sue shows that AI tutors can help students learn English better. Students who used them got better results and felt happy. This article supports AI but reminds us to use it honestly. The fourth article by Saja talks about a smart assistant that makes lesson and study plans for students. It helps learning, but it can also make students lazy. The article says teachers should be trained and there must be clear limits. The fifth article, also by Keir, it says that AI is helpful for only if students use it correctly. If not, it can hurt academic honesty. Schools must teach students to use AI in the right way and with respect. The last article by Acuña says AI can be used to stop plagiarism and help students be original. It can support academic honesty, but it must be used with care and protect student privacy. In conclusion, AI is a great tool, but we must always use it with honesty, respect, and clear rules. Next, my partner.
Now, the methodology. For this project, we use a quantitative and descriptive approach because it allowed us to clearly understand how students use and perceive artificial intelligence in their learning process. The quantitative methods help us to collect and analyze numerical data, which made it easier to identify patterns and trends. As Creswell explains, this type of research focus on variables and measure results, which was exactly what we needed. We also use a descriptive approach to explain what's happening in more detail, like how students interacted with AI and what factors might influence in their experience. This gave us a more complete picture of the situation. Now to collect the data, we create a Google Forms survey with closed questions use a 5-point Likert scale. That scale helps us to measure students' attitude in a simple but effective way. The survey was shared with students from the Pedagogy of National and Foreign Language, and we got 202 responses. We use a convenience sampling, meaning we work with students who were available and willing to participate. What that limits how much we can generalize. It still gave us very useful insights for our study. Next, my partner.
Results and interpretation. In our survey, we saw that artificial intelligence is a relevant topic if we talk about education, as it involves its pros and cons. 40% of the answers is that the students become too dependent on AI. This will lead us to think less for ourselves, as Sugatra Mitri warned years ago. If we're not careful, we could lose that spark of creativity and the ability to solve problems. But the survey also show us how we want to use it well. Almost half see is that a complementary tool, not for us to do tasks. We see it great for generating ideas while always maintaining our critical thinking. It's also critical for encourage transparency and citing sources, almost the 40%. AI is a support, not a substitute. Even Joseph Weizenbaum, who was a pioneer on AI, say that while AI is good at processing information, it lacks human understanding and the moral judgment. That's why it's super important that we always encourage transparency and cite sources. A clear example of it is that the good use to improve English. In our survey, we see that the 23% use it to review pronunciation and 21% to practice grammar. It is a personalized way of learning. And something very positive is that more than a half of respondents checked the veracity on the information given to them by the AI. This shows that even though we still think on our own. The surveys show us that respondents use AI to learn in a variety of ways, whether it is to see how words are pronounced, to practice grammar, or to translate text, which is good because the more personalized and easier the learning, it also shows us that we always check if what AI is telling us the truth.
Okay, and in conclusion, artificial intelligence in the academic field has opened many doors or unprecedented possibilities for university students, offering tools that help streamline and enrich the learning process. However, as explored in this project, this also comes with a fundamental ethical imperative, that is to safeguard academic integrity and honesty. Platforms such as ChatGPT, Grammarly, or Killbot are the most widely used AI currently, while they enhance productivity and academic performance. They also lead to a loss of self-reflections and critical thinking, causing autistic students to fall in both honesty and academic responsibility. This is crucial to understand whether the primary motivation behind the use of AI to improve learning or simply to optimize time, and whether students are aware of the ethical limitations these tools entail, such as the lack of learning and dishonesty, which are risks that require greater reflection and awareness. Academic institutions face the challenge of implementing the use of AI in their students as a complement and as a substitute for individuals' intelligence efforts. Finally, the key is to educate students to balance the use of technology with producing honesty and original works. This way, we'll be using AI to properly streamline the development of new, competent, and ethically responsible professionals prepared for the future. Thank you.